Good morning, everyone, and happy Thursday. Thursday. It's time for Thursday. All righty. So we have completed task one of my multiple tasks that I want to have done for Wicked West. We've completed the setup banner, and I'm looking at Office Depot, and really all I need them to do is print me a 6 foot by 3 foot run of this thing. And I'm trying to think if that's not such a good idea. That I don't know. It doesn't really matter. We're going to work on project 2 today, which is we're going to work on doing a calendar on a magnet. Anyway, we're going to do that now and move into that. First, I'll show you what the final version of this is for this. Blanket pile waves at me. This is the final standee that we will have ready for the convention. I'm going to go have Office Depot print it on paper today. And then I've got 2 pieces of plywood out in the garage, which then I'm going to put in here and have my buddy Kevin skill saw it. And then we will put that all together and make it work, and everything will be great. So kind of the opinion that no matter which way he does it, the best thing he could possibly do, the best thing we could do is just glue the thing to the pile or to the plywood. Just glue it straight. Anyway, here is the final standee as it will be. And then I will bring it with me to the convention, and that will be cool. Cardboard would be easier, but then she'd fall over a lot. I don't really want her falling over. But plywood's super heavy. Anyway, well, it's going to, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to cut it in half right through the middle. And then there'll be a piece of plywood for the top and a piece of plywood for the bottom. But no matter which way I thought about it, I couldn't get hinges that wouldn't end up with hinges right in her hips, which would be weird. So what I thought I was going to do was I was going to take 2 2x4s and cut them in half as well, and then put a lock bolt through it. So you'd put it, you'd sit it on the 2x4, and then you just throw what do they call those things? The things that look like this, the nuts that look like that, wing nuts. You put a wing nut on it and just tighten that wing nut down, and then she wouldn't split apart or anything like that. So I was going to put a wing nut on there, and that was my thought. Just make it so that you can either put a post through the middle with a wing nut on either side, which would then hold her together just fine. But either way, the idea was to put it into 2 pieces. But I don't have a whole lot that comes with me to the table. And recently I've been thinking about figuring out a better way to assemble everything so that it all is in one unit that moves easier. And I actually kind of want one of those fold-up wagons now, because I was like, a fold-up wagon would be perfect. Put everything in the fold-up wagon. You roll the fold-up wagon into the backseat of the car. You drive to the con. You just unroll the fold-up wagon from the backseat of the car. You know what I mean? Like, those things are really cool. I thought about that. Then everything would be in the wagon, and then we just roll the wagon under the table whenever we're at the con, or put the wagon behind us. We usually have room behind us quite a bit. So that's something I was thinking about. But a wagon would also allow me to like bring my coffees in the morning. Because that's the other thing is I've got like a hand cart now. And I tilt the hand cart and my coffee falls off the front, ends up on the floor. And I'm like, my coffee, you know. I like my coffee. It's like your blankets, right? Don't want to hurt the coffee. Man. Can't hurt the coffee. All right. So, one of the things I did do while we were here is start this. Start this. I also need. What am I doing? Who are you people? Act 1. All right. And here we are. Hello, Optic Sphinx. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. I need one thing. What am I looking for? Oh, I'm feeling so disconnected all of a sudden. There we go. You. Open. How are you this morning? I presume it's morning wherever you are. Actually, I have no earthly idea where you are, Optic Sphinx. Where are you, Optic Sphinx? Where in the world is Optic Sphinx? We sort of play a game on the stream sometimes with seeing if we can hit 3 points of the globe at the same time. Missouri. So we might hit 3 points of the United States then today. So we'll see. That's our game for today. Let's see if we can hit 3 points in the U.S. We're over in Denver, where we had fog this morning, but the fog seems to have burned itself off, and now we're at blue skies. So cool. It's just below freezing, though, so we're at about 30 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 1 degrees Celsius. So thereabouts. We're doing good. So, unfortunately, my convention calendar isn't going to be very useful for you because it's a Colorado convention calendar. However, boy, I gotta tell you, if nothing else, I am absolutely loving the fact that I can actually do the widow orphan thing here on this and get it to work. Good heavens. I hope that gives me enough space. I hope I don't regret my life choices. I could regret my life choices. It could happen. In fact, maybe I will do this instead. Because this is not as important as what this is. This is an advertisement. And though I do need to advertise, and advertising is very, very important, I think also some real estate is very important as well. Alrighty, let's bring this up. Is it doing the thing? Don't do the thing. That's very weird. It's doing the thing where it is every other line. It's in printer paper. Don't be in printer paper. That's very strange. Oh, man. It's like being... Why are you so weird? Stop being weird. Ah! Yeah, okay. So I can only delete one row at a time. Gotcha. What needs to happen is, first of all, this formatting needs to stop. Whatever you're doing, stop it. I mean, I'll do conditional formatting, but this is ridiculous. Page layout. Where is it where it does the I am going to draw this thing like... There once was a time where I could totally do this. You. Just normal, please. Thank you. Alrighty. Oh, now you'll delete all of those. Fine. All right. we've got to figure out all of our conventions and get them straightened away, because I've got to. I should give little icons for each one because it'd be cute when I sneeze. Godzilla. Okay. It's non-denominational. Why do you have a tab? What do you want? Alrighty. There are a couple of them that we're missing. So we get to put in some cons that we're missing. So let's figure this out. You. And you. There we go. So what cons are we missing? Let's look out here first. Right. Comic-Con's on there. Fan Expo. Okay. Collecticon is on there. All right. Convention Center. So the problem is some of these guys just haven't figured out who they are. Like, for example, Whimsy's not on here. Right? Which is this weekend. It is on here. WhimsyCon's on here. But Hexacon's not. Right? Because I know that there's others in here. WhimsyCon looks like so much fun, and I'm just not able to do it. Hexacon. Right? That was January 13th. So we'll add that in. Even though, like, you're like, why are you doing that? Because once they're in here, I can use this and go looking for them. To next year, or towards the end of the year, and go, okay, where the heck did Hexacon go? Right? Which will help. Actually, what I probably should do is move you up here. And then move you into the second spot. There we go. That way I can still kind of read things over here, but I don't know, and I got sort of control, but the big controller is up here and I can see it. So that's probably better. Alrighty. So Hexacon's another one that we have. Right? And where is it? Because I was at Hexacon. It was a lot of fun. I like Hexacon. Right. So now we'll do that, and then we've done Hexacon, WhimsyCon, and they don't have any others, just Hexacon and WhimsyCon. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Then we have Dakukan, which I know is out there somewhere. And this one is this. And you're way at the end. A lot of people at the Crown Plaza. We don't need the code for this, though. We'll go back and reformat and make sure everybody's kind of the same. Like, nobody needs really to be here. Wicked West isn't in here. And I'll remove the th. We don't need that. Collecticons, that's the Colorado Convention Center. Wow. Gives us a little bit more space there. Okay, Wicked West is not on here. Maybe I should just take out that one. And unless it specifically says that. Yeah, because like all of these are saying 2023, and I'm like, well, yeah, but they're all 2023. And we need space. Because this one's unique. Like that one apparently moves. Okay. And I've added the ones I know of. Hexacon, Wicked West, Dakukan. That gave us, that's 20 conventions on here every year. That's actually quite a bit. Now we need to color code them because this is a gaming con. And one can argue, so is this one. And so is this one. And Retromania, Wicked West, Whimsycon, Hexacon, GenghisCon. Where's Tacticon? There's Tacticon. Tacticon. Those are gaming cons. So we'll color those green for gaming. Yeah, we've got Genghis and Tacticon. They're gaming cons. Rocky Mountain Con. Good catch. RMC and Anime Hangout, which may or may not happen this year. I'm not sure. It may happen. Because they've got 3 events. Because they've got Christmas in July. It's a toy show. No, you're not helping me. Rocky Mountain Con. Rocky Mountain Con is November, October, November. So that's good because we needed something else here. We need to also talk about getting tickets because we need to get into that. Well, we can't. Or getting tables. Right? Okay. Good. Good catch. While we're at it, they've got 2 others. Comic Collectors Showcase. Comic Collectors Showcase. June. It's just the week before. Huh. Hi. So you've discovered that this is a step ladder, right? Meh. 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 Meh, 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 meh. Uh-huh. Are you stuck? You're stuck. Also at the Embassy Suites. And then he has one more event, which was Christmas in July. Hi. Hi. Hi, you. Hi, you. Hi, you. You are all wet. You've been screwing around the shower again, you goofy cat. Technically, X-mass. Okay, anybody else? I think that's pretty much it. Okay, so cosine. What's cosine? Is that a comic? It's a sci-fi. So we will make cosine, which makes it the only remaining I mean, I don't think there are any other. Oh no, Mile Icon's pretty much that too, right? Colorado Springs Comic Con, Fan Expo, Whimsy. Yeah, all of these guys are. So what we'll do is we'll color this one blue because they're science fiction. And science fiction is blue. Did you know that? You're gonna lick my nose. You're licking my nose. Well, no. That's a thing. I hope this makes you happy, weird cat. You are a weird, weird cat. Retromania Boulder. I feel like those are. These are all toys and collectibles. Which is you. And the other one. Right here, you. And you. Those are collectibles. And you. A lot of collectibles. Toys and collectibles. There we go. Then we have anime. You. I mean, like, primarily, because obviously we're both culture cons, but really we're the only anime cons, yeah? And then comics, which is you, and Expo, and Iacon are both Comic Cons. Probably that, and you. And DakuCon, even though it's 18 plus, is also a Comic Con. We've assigned all the cool colors. Maybe? No. Maybe? There you go. Like a teal. Colorado Springs Comic Con, yes. At Broadmoor. In the Broadmoor. Horror Con. There's a Horror Con, isn't there? Like, we have... What is it that... Oh, Kofo. Why is it we're not doing Kofo? Why is Kofo not on here? September. Oh man, they're near us. Woo, doggy. Insert. Right. September. It's not. It's at the... There we go. Right? Like, we got a couple of these. I think that it only stands to reason that horror cons should be in blood red, because really... Like, super awesome. Blood red. Rocky Mountain Nightmares is when? May 12th through 4th. That's right here. We're in. WhimsyCon. What is WhimsyCon? What are you, WhimsyCon? WhimsyCon. Steampunk. Which could be gray. We don't have that many steampunk conventions. And then that leaves us our furries. Nah. Don't forget our furries. What color should our furries be? Dark purple with white. There we go. Denver is August 18th through 20th. Yep, it's in there. Good catch. What would we call Iacon, guys? And can I get the... Can I get the... How do I get an umlauti thingy? You don't make this easies for me. Okay, I think we've got a list of dudes. There we go. So now we've got these all on here. Now we just need a key at the bottom. Need a lot of work. Huh? No. Yeah. Maybe? Yeah. We need less than that. Let's do that. Bugatti there. Who am I missing? I'm missing Pepper. That's who I'm missing. Howdy, Pepper.
How?
How are you doing?
A bit tired.
Me too.
Is there a meetup this Saturday?
Yep. I've added some pepper to the stream to spice things up. Yes, there's a meetup this Saturday.
Really? Because it's April Fool's Day, so I'd figure that would be the joke.
It wouldn't be anywhere. Yeah, I don't generally find April Fool's Day to be very funny. So
We had to be careful. My sister would put like shampoo in people's shoes.
yeah, that sounds exactly why I don't particularly care for April Fool's Day.
I had another sister that basically put Vaseline on doorknobs.
Yep. And that's the reason right there. So how you doing?
Well, let me see. Not too great. I haven't really been able to do much art because of funky moods.
I hate funky moods.
But whatchamacallit? So I showed you this, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I got this page done. I got this page done.
Oh, good.
Right? And then I got this page done.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
And then, so I'm on page 3 of that. I went back and I started organizing things to try to get like some headway on everything I have going on. And so I started to try to do at least like one page of a comic each day.
Right.
That has been proving to be very hard because it's which comic do I want to work on?
Right.
Too many projects.
No, it's not on here.
Fort Collins Comic Con. They have a Comic Con.
Yeah. It's the same weekend as Colorado Springs Comic Con too.
But doesn't Colorado Springs Comic Con always do that? They always plan it exactly on the same day as Fort Collins or when yours goes.
Yeah. In fact, that's a messy weekend.
The reason why I'm saying it the way that I am is it seems like almost like they want they want you to they want the other one to fail, essentially. That's what it seems like.
Yeah. But that puts it at the same time as Tacticon. That puts it at the same time as Colorado Springs Comic Con. mean, that's brutal. That is a brutal, brutal, brutal weekend.
I
But two
don't know
Comic
if I
Cons in the
really.
same weekend is really rough.
I mean, everyone keeps telling me that Colorado Springs Comic Con has gotten better, but like honestly, I don't really know. I stopped going after the first year.
R. Allen Brooks will be there at FCAC. At FCAC.
At Fort Collins.
Yeah. I just need to figure out. I guess it's just Fort Collins.
Mm. Well,
I'm not paying
I
attention.
understand they don't want the Springs people to leave the Springs, but I just want to point out that they're the same people.
You make this
Like,
right. You know that, right?
I don't know. It's a very weird thing. They force you to pay the taxes, not at your own pace, but at their pace. I don't like that. Like, I want to go home and calculate everything properly, not rush the calculation and hope I'm right. I don't like that.
Uh-huh. I don't disagree with you.
And technically, taxes are the responsibility of all of the people that are attending as a whatchamacallit, as a vendor.
Yep.
It is not the event's job to make sure that they pay the taxes.
Are you talking about Wicked West or are you talking about Fort Collins?
Fort Collins.
Because Wicked West is making
No,
us.
Colorado Springs is what I mean.
Oh, Colorado Springs, because Wicked West is making us do that too. They're checking to make sure we have our licenses.
Well, new laws passed. I actually talked to the tax person that they referenced in the email.
Mm-hmm.
So some new laws have passed. So like, yeah, it's catching a lot of people off guard.
We have a lot of Comic Cons.
Yeah, this state alone has too many events.
So
So
we don't have too many events. We just have a lot of Comic Cons. Because I mean, like, I'm never going to go to a furry event. That's fine. Yeah. I'm not a furry person. There's nothing wrong with that. But furries are still my people. You know what I mean? Like, just because I don't go to a furry event because I don't really care for the furry events per se, doesn't mean that they're not geeky.
George has something to say about that.
Yeah, George is totally like, I'm not paying attention to him enough.
Yep.
And he needs his butt pinched is what he needs. Goofball. He's like, what? My what? My what?
He is now blocking the camera officially.
There we go. Yep. He has issues. But yeah, I mean, I totally just got this all squared away. And then then Ken remembers another con.
Wait a second. If I'm looking at this post correctly, please tell me this is not true. Liv Tyler is being said that she is in Atlanta, Georgia, potentially filming scenes for Betty Ross for Captain America: New World Order. But that would make her character female Red Hulk.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about that. But then again, Disney announced the dissolution of Marvel Entertainment, so.
Well, that was expected, though.
Yes, it was, but for a lot of people, they didn't think it was actually going to happen.
Oh, I knew it was going to happen the moment Disney picked it up.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, that was what Disney was after.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, they're not dissolving the comic book side.
No, 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 no,
So
no.
that's like one thing like people can't like people are thinking that they're doing. And I'm like, no, because all of Disney's comics in America aren't even through Marvel. Disney's comics are through either through Dynamite or IDW.
Yarr. It is a true ting.
So for them to switch over to Marvel comics, they would have had to either have not like their their storylines and everything would have to be completed with IDW in order for them to switch over and not renew a contract.
True dat.
So so what's going on with you? You said the Colorado Convention calendar for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna make magnets and then sell them at my table for $5 each.
With all of your convention stops?
Yeah, I mean, like, well, no, these are not all the convention stops. These are all the conventions I could think of.
You're
I'm
going to
not,
do all of those?
I'm not going to all of these, but wouldn't it be useful if you had a calendar that shows you all of the conventions?
I mean, it would. Do you have all of the conventions? Because I think,
Well,
like,
I mean, I figure this is a work in progress. If I actually tried to, well, I'll wait until I've got all of them. I'll be doing this for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? So my first thought was that I'll do the best that I can with what I've got,
I'm going to turn my camera off so I can see all of the dates. It's not very helpful, but oh well.
Well, yeah, I mean, there we go. I'll zoom in.
Jeebus.
Right? There's a lot of them. Right. I mean, that's the thing is like with the
Yeah.
list built next year's list, I can go on ahead and then start building pretty quickly off of it instead of this year, which has taken me quite a bit of time to search all of these.
I just want to point out to everyone that's like watching how many Denver things that we have, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that Wicked West is in Loveland, Fort Collins is right near there. There's only 2 in this entire area. So, like, when I said I'd be willing to do, like, something in Estes Park again, and people got pissed off thinking that I was, like, on the side of the people who ran Estes Park, I wasn't on the side of the people who ran Estes Park. I wanted to do Estes Park because everything else is in Denver. All the time. Every single time.
Yeah.
With the
For the
exception
most
of,
people are.
like, a few others, but, like,
For the most people are.
yeah. It's where the most people are, but...
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing is like 3/4 of the population of Colorado is in Denver.
I know.
I
I say
Yeah,
that
hear
with such
you, but
disdain, right?
like, I mean, I keep thinking about how many times if you think about it, you got FCAC, Fort Collins Comic Con, which isn't FCAC. It's
Oh yeah, Dead Guys Days is now in Estes Park.
Is that a geek convention? I mean,
It can be considered a geek
because I
convention. It
thought
was
about like putting the Renaissance Festival on here too, but I'm kind of like those don't seem to be like the classic. And the only reason I'm saying that is because every time I put one more on there, I have to go through the whole thing of reformatting the entire thing. So
right.
I'm trying
Well,
to,
let me look at what it is
yeah, I
because
mean,
I'm on the official website right now.
because
So far,
you
I'm
don't mind
only
it,
seeing music acts.
but I mean, I'm trying to limit us to just the ones that are like our things, like the cons that we would be at.
Yeah, yeah, being in this area, like really close, like in Loveland, there's a lot of people that were kind of like, it shouldn't have been moved. It should have been stayed in the same
Which
place.
was Netherland, but
Yeah.
Netherland is out in the middle of Nowheresville. I mean, Netherland really is
Mhm.
kind of far away. It's adorably far away, but it's far away.
Yeah, but it was a big draw for the people that actually lived there.
Fair.
It was a big draw for people coming from out of town to go and see
And then what
the
is it?
Frozen Dead
What
guy.
is Dead Guy Day? What is it? Is it a Comic Con?
It's
Is it
already
a
been
Sci-Fi
passed.
Con?
It so from what I'm looking at this, it has coffin races and it has music events and then it has a component where you can go around and shop. Um,
So collectibles, sci-fi, furry.
Not really. Like I would probably classify this under as probably Frozen or like essentially ghosts, goblins, zombies, frozen zombies,
Horror, maybe.
or yeah, because they have a show. They had a showing of the Night of the Living Dead. They had a ghost hunt. They have psychic readings, haunted tours. They had events at places for it. Yeah, I would say horror. Yeah. Um, but it's already been passed. It was March 17th through um, the 19th, I believe.
We can have the discussion about it, I guess, next year for 2024.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't feel like it fits what we're doing.
I mean, in a way it does, but also at the same time, like I'm like looking at this and I'm like, yeah, this is more of a music festival than
Yeah,
anything
and
else
we're not. I mean,
with
this is.
coffin races.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's not our thing. I don't know.
Hi, Dead Pixel.
Hi, Dead Pixel. I'm not saying you're wrong by any stretch, and I'm certainly not disagreeing with you, Can. I'm just kind of doing the. Do I want to? I mean, because I'll add it next year for our next year's run, but yeah, I feel like uh, I feel like it doesn't fit. I feel like it doesn't fit, so we'll have to make a better case for it. Doesn't mean we can't. Just means that I feel like it doesn't fit at the moment. That's okay. Dead Pixel, I'm going to do a magnet convention calendar, which I will put on my table at the con so that people can buy a convention calendar that's magnetic and sticks on your fridge so that you can figure out where all the Colorado conventions are. Because like I keep hearing people going, the what convention? I didn't even know that existed. And I'm like, ugh.
You
You
have
know,
Iacon on there too, right?
what?
Oh yeah, you do. Okay.
Yeah, all of our cons should be on there that I can think of. I even picked ones that I don't go to. Well, of course I did, because that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I mean, that way you can find it and Um,
Yeah, I'm gonna say Frozen Dead Guy Days is it's a music festival now.
yeah,
It's
I
not
kind of
necessarily. It's
it
not
doesn't
necessarily a.
necessarily, but I mean, we can still have that discussion. I'm okay with having that discussion.
Yeah, but this past event, it looked like it was very much the coffin races were one fixture of it, and the other fixture was all of the bands and the people that were playing. They also had a giveaway to the Stanley Hotel. Jeez, oh my!
It's kind of cool. I mean, it's cool. I love it. It's a great idea. I just don't know if it's our stuff, you know?
Yeah, they even had like the reason why it was switched to from Netherlands to Estes Park on the website. So, um, mm.
Oh, who are we joined with today? We've got Pepper, who's with us today.
Oh, hold on, Dead Pixel. I'm
There,
right here.
which is good because I think we're done with needing this to be full screen at this point. Now I'm going to try to do a piece of artwork to go over here, which was the real thing. I feel kind of guilty selling it for $5 if it's, you know, if I don't have some artwork on it.
Well,
It feels kind of like I'm not selling my artwork, you know.
yeah, I had a discussion about my Oracle deck too, and this seems like a topic that we should talk about a little bit more on this show.
We should.
You self-publish, right?
Yeah.
So,
Hey, Sarge.
hey Sarge, um, everyone that watches and comments knows that we self-publish. I sent everything off to the printers for my Oracle deck. The Oracle deck is supposed to be coming in by the 13th of April. So I'm hoping everything works out and I get it no problems. My thing about this, though, what I'm going to say next is I have someone who uses Oracle and tarot card decks, and I have a person that was interested in reselling them. I have to charge people $50, $49.99, if you want to be specific, in order for me to be able to reprint them if I want to. Okay?
Fair.
I can only afford so many, and I had to borrow money from Bill in order to get them produced.
Right.
So I only used like $1,000 of my own money, and then Bill had the rest that I have to pay him back. At this convention coming up, I have to sell a minimum of 150 of them.
Right. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
I hope you do. I hope you do. That's a lot.
Yeah. My problem is people believe that because of the amount of cards and how small it is, that I shouldn't be charging the price that I have it. Hey, River.
River.
But getting to what I'm actually stating, when you price something as an independent publisher, you have to make it so that you can purchase more later after you run out. And you want to make more money than you did the first print run so that you have the ability to print what you did and possibly more so that you can lower the price point eventually later down the road if you need to. is say like if it got picked up at like Barnes and Noble or something like that, and they want like 100 decks per store. Well, of course, I'm gonna basically be able to lower the cost at that point, but I also will have to get other things done, like an ISBN number and a UPC code.
Right.
That has to be done in order to go into those stores or stores like it. But I'm already starting to feel like I'm getting shamed by putting those prices that I have on there.
Mm-hmm.
I made pretty much, I made all the, not pretty much, I did make all of the images on the card. I wrote the book that's in the card. I did not pay myself for this. And I do not calculate my own pay for this time that I put in for this. The only reason why I'm putting it out by myself is I want what I want as this deck to go out properly the way that I feel that it should.
Okay.
And I don't know, like, then I got to thinking about, like, okay, so for comic books, if I sell something, it's okay for an indie publisher to charge, say, $10 for a 24-page comic book if they're self-publishing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
People
I
accept
agree
that.
with Pan. People don't understand price points.
Yeah. And people accept the $10. That's not like they will always accept the $10. But any other product, prints, stuff like that, like it just kind of goes whoop right out the window, and they don't necessarily like think, oh, this person needs to make a little bit more money so that they can later down the road possibly do that, and it's a way to support them now. But also at the same time, like, I mean, for the cards, it's like one thing. It's a bit different because there's like a lot of things that went involved in that. And I feel like every single time I talk to someone who has done like some type of card thing, like a card collection where they put it in a box and all of this other stuff, and they have like packaging involved and all of this other stuff, like people don't, like people always accept like what they've done. But in order for me to get the price point to where these people think that I should be pricing this product at, I would have had to buy 5,000 for my first print run, and I didn't have $20,000 in order
Right.
to print that.
This is something that you and I have had this discussion about as well
Yeah.
many times. I mean, my biggest problem is, you know, I sell my comic, I'm trying to find a price where it will sell,
Mm-hmm.
because you price it where it's worth it, which is $10, and everybody's like, oh, that's too expensive for a single. And so they won't buy it. And I'm like, well, it doesn't help any to have priced correctly if nobody buys it,
Right.
Always been one of my biggest problems.
My biggest problem is, sure, go ahead, give a marketing tip.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Dead Pixel. We will take anything. So,
Going to a lighter topic, Yeah, Dead Pixel. That's why I said like
Mm-hmm.
mine's actually it's $49.99, but like technically, if someone's gonna give me cash, I'm just gonna charge them the $50, and I will take care of the taxes for them. But if they give me a card, I'm running it at $49.99 with the taxes and everything,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and that's on how I've always done it.
Yeah.
Um, the market isn't real, River. I honestly, the market is very real.
Huh.
I have a business degree, and I can tell you, it changes daily.
But
Um,
I mean, it's
but
I
I
mean,
will be realistic. There is a part of it where market isn't real is actually true.
yeah.
There are some states where you don't need to have an addition. Yeah, a lot of people want to destroy the current market right now. I'm not saying I disagree with it, but
Yeah,
after
however, we don't get paid if that happens, and
yeah,
people still want us to
um,
pay rent and stuff. So there's always that problem.
um, I will be realistic though with you. I mean, there are parts of the United States where things are a lot easier on small businesses. Um, Trying to start out, there are banks that make it really easy to do banking for small businesses. There are tons and tons of things that will do a lot of things for small businesses and make it very easy for them to go through and do exactly what they need to as a small business. I actually did a whole entire paper on it when I was getting my degree. Um, and what I found is like the people that the banks and stuff that you think would be really good for small businesses are actually much better for large corporations and larger business scale models than like say your mom and pop. Your mom and pop are going to need those ones that you don't think are going to be very good for a small business. I compared, yeah, the rich get richer. I compared small business accounts with like Bank of America, Chase. The other one was Wells Fargo, and I think I did two others. And by far, Wells Fargo had the most benefits. However, you needed to have 5,000 in the bank in order for them to not give you any fees.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. The thing is banking with, like, say you were a small business and you were banking with Bank of America. Your bank account balance had to be a very specific balance in order for them to consider your bank account as a business bank account. So, meaning it could not drop below that number. If it dropped below that number, you became basically a personal account that you just did business out of. And then you were subjugated to fees and different things that you would normally get from having that. But if you also banked with your personal bank at Bank of America and your business was within that same thing, they totaled up all of your totals of your business accounts. And what they would do is, if all of your accounts totaled a much higher number, they would give you a complete reprieve on those. But no one had that type of money. Like no one starting a business that I have been aware of has, $30,000 right out the gate. A lot of people who start a business, they usually don't have that much money in capital unless they've been saving and saving and saving. And then they decided to pull the trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and if they had that type of capital through a loan, then you need to find out where they got that loan from because sometimes the banks, if you get a bank loan, it, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Um, but yeah, the market itself is pretty hard when you're trying to start out.
The biggest problem we have is that somebody else values work. And with art, we are valued by what someone else thinks is good, not by what we think is good, by what someone else thinks is good.
Well,
And that has
and
always been our problem.
well, the thing is also you have to realize that with the ongoing discussions of AI,
Yep.
I don't know if you heard this,
Oh,
but
we've been talking
even
about it here on the show. So
so,
probably.
uh, you heard about the guy, one of the lead tech people, Steve Wozniak.
Uh-huh.
He's actually lobbying
Have
against
paused.
use against the use of AI.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically AI right now is the biggest threat. A lot of people see as the biggest threat to the art community and the art and creative field because they're already starting to show like, hey, no, there people are publishers are willing to replace humans in order for like things like Midjourney and stuff to actually make those images for them.
Yep.
And so there's already been one case in Italy, and I think there's been like a few others where they had been working on one project for a while, and then all of a sudden they were like, "No, we're gonna go this way."
Yeah, they just changed halfway through and then fired all their artists and ran it through Midjourney.
River, if you get a welder degree, I'm totally like I'll back you on that, for support. One of my relatives actually got a thing for a welding degree, and he's already paid off all of his college loans, or his loans that he got to go. So I'd say if you are down for welding, go for it, dude. Go for it. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, there are people who know on how to weld, and we've gotten price quotes for like new banisters for our home because we wanted to do something that was like more modern for Bill, um, and retro for me. um, but also we could like move a piece of furniture so that we could actually like have that space back, and we could move what's there in front of the banister over to another part of the room so that we have something to put plants on.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, dude, welding like right after you leave school, if you get a really good welding job, they pay really well right out the gate. Oh, okay, cool. I just know my cousin got paid everything off within like 6 months after he left, after he graduated from his vocational stuff. I'm actually a big proponent of vocational school people. Like, I really am. Oh, okay, cool. Awesome.
Oh, you don't
What
work.
happened?
You too. It's just, oh, I'm just having issues all of a sudden.
Oh, don't worry. I have issues all the time. That's why I trauma dump on here.
That's fair. So, yeah.
So one of the people that I follow got the original English voice actor for Professor Oak to say some lines for his channels. And
Nice.
then he got another person who does 3D art to animate Professor Oak saying those lines. So basically, it looks like official Pokemon artwork.
That's awesome.
It's really cool. I think I dig it. So, um, he's actually interviewed several people from Pokemon as well. So,
You got chocolate milk. That's important. Oh, man. Branding, 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 branding. What is
um,
vocational school?
okay, so vocational school, I don't know what they may call it in other parts of the world, but the way that I grew up with the term vocational school, it's basically where you have people who want to become plumbers, welders, carpenters, mechanics. Um, Basically, you're looking at blue collar jobs in
So
America.
the difference between a college and a vocational school typically is that a college adds a whole bunch of um, character rounding things.
Yeah,
So, for example, if if I were to go to college, I would also get history and I'd get literature and I would get, um, writing and mathematics and all of those things, which aren't very useful to a job specifically, but make us a more rounded individual. Vocational schools, you literally go there to learn how to work on cars, or you
yeah,
learn how to be a welder, or you
yep.
learn how to be a plumber. So you don't get the rest of the well-rounded stuff. Practically, what that ends up meaning is people don't generally look at people who went to vocational school for management because they assume, right or wrong, I'm not making a judgment here, but they assume that if you're a manager, you need to have mathematics and literature and history and all of those extra pieces that go on. So that's the major difference between vocational schools and a college.
Hmm. There are actually vocational schools specifically for management as
Yep.
well.
Right. And that's what you do is you'd go to a vocational management school, but that would teach you how to manage people. You know, it wouldn't
Yeah,
teach you how to do math or any of that stuff. It just, well, unless it was accounting. I guess it would be an accounting school, but you get the idea.
Yeah, like my master's degree, I had to do economics, I had to do math, I had to do HR, like I had to do
Right.
like a whole bunch of stuff. But that was my master's degree. So I'm lucky that my credits transferred so I didn't have to do like English and all of that other stuff. I would have died. I would have been like, never mind, thank you for the attempt. I will continue going about my business. Um,
All right. I think I'm
but
done with this. I'm going to send it off to the printer.
is your normal printer doing the magnets for you?
Nope. I'm just going to send it to the whoever's, the dudes, the Vistaprint.
Ah, okay.
Just send it to Vistaprint.
Did you get a good price point per magnet?
$1.70 a unit.
Okay.
I mean, I guess if I get 30 of them, it's $1.42 a unit.
Mm.
Which, since I intend to sell them for $5, should be pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to save this as JPEG, convention setup, upload image. Because if I don't send these off, I know it takes them forever to send stuff. So
Yeah, Monday I have to go to my local printer where I get prints made to get the stuff I want to get done print wise.
I
And
can
then
make this.
all of the comics I had planned for, yeah, those aren't going to get done in time.
Yeah, me neither.
So
Did they have a... Is it magnetic calendars? What size did I end up in? No, these are the wrong sides. 2. I did it wrongs. Damn it. Now I got to go back and try again. Because it said postcard magnets. Damn it. This is not the postcard magnet.
no, that doesn't look like it's a 4x6, is it?
It isn't. That's why I was like, it's postcard magnets. It should be 3x5.
Yeah.
But it's not. Ah, I hate people. That's all right. Well, fix it. Okay. Because that's what they really want. At least this would give me the correct ratio. Now we just need to make sure that it's the right width and height and stupid stuff. Stupid. Yeah, see now it's 13 inches by. I swear to God, people. So full bleed size should be 4.3.
He said 13 inches. I don't know why.
There we go.
So Bill found another video, by the way, that I thought that you would find hilarious, but I can't seem to find it, so I'll have to see if he found it again.
Are you talking about the Bilbo Baggins one?
No,
Okay, because he sent me that one.
it's some woman on Twitter is like winning the internet because she recorded and posted a sound of her cat that sounds like it has a Scottish accent. And then the video proceeds to play the sound clip, and it literally does sound like the cat is Scottish.
It's not Scottish, it's cat. Wait, what?
Exactly. Let me see if I can find it again. And Scottish folds. Not looking for Scottish folds.
Hey, it's not Scottish, it's cat. Okay, I think I'm funny now. The Noongan videos. Yeah, cat videos. Okay. Now that I have to redo this, I'm actually no longer as opposed to adding other things to it. I was only opposed when it was a stupid, we're going to have to do this stupid again, stupid.
Mm.
But now I've got to redo it anyway because so let's go on ahead because you're right. Probably should add free comic book day. That's a thing.
If you add free comic book day, wouldn't May 4th be another one too that you would want to add?
Now, maybe.
Or is that just a Star Wars thing?
Well, no. I mean, Star Wars would end up being just blue and sci-fi. I mean, but is there a place to go on that?
You typically your local comic book store, just like free comic book
Right,
day.
because I mean, like this becomes free comic book day. Where? Location everywhere. You know,
Yeah.
city everywhere, and I'm like, well, that's kind of silly. And if you add May 4th, you have to add September 8th.
Yeah.
Because that's Star Trek Day. Which is
Didn't comic book stores do something for Halloween up until 2020 and then stop
well,
it?
you don't have to put Halloween on there. I think people will figure out where Halloween is.
No, I mean, like, I'm trying to remember, like, comic book stores, didn't they do something on Halloween or something like that every year?
Maybe.
No. I don't want you to go. I know you have to. Sorry, my tattoo is slightly peeling. Let's see. Yeah, I'm putting lotion and stuff on it, but tattoos, they do slightly peel the
You have
skin
decided
part.
to screw this up. Oh, for crying out loud, stop helping.
Nightbot. I don't, Kane, I don't think he decided to throttle you just yet.
What are we throttling? Free RPG day. Do we think that it's free RPG day is a big enough thing that I mean, free comic book day is pretty big. And we table at free comic book day often. So I mean, like I could see that being a thing. My free RPG day, even though I love it, is really pretty much just at black and red for me. It's not that. It's not. It's a matter of whether I would think that the average person is going to, it's a big event for the average person. And that's the problem is like, I do agree that some of the, but I mean, you could get to the point where it's like, well, we've got to add that, that little teeny con that's taking place in, Nowheresville. And well, yeah, but what about this? And what about that? Why don't we add Star Trek Day? And why don't we add, May the Fourth be with you? And things like that. It's like, at some point we got to say, we're getting down to the bottom here. Aw, thanks, competitive stream watcher.
Thank you.
Like I said, it's not like I disagree. I just, at some point, we get to small enough that it's like, is it really worth it? I've been watching Picard and Mandalorian, both of which are doing pretty good this season, I think. I'm pretty impressed.
I have not really been watching much other than shows and stuff that has already been out for like decades.
Yeah.
I rewatched. There's a couple of things that I want to see. Like, I wanted to see Cocaine Bear in theaters. I don't know if it's still in theaters or not. Um, okay.
There we go. Cocaine Bear was all right. We'll make it match.
Mm. Meant to ask you, are you going to attempt to go to Casa Bonita when it opens?
Not when it opens, but yeah, of course I will. I think that'd be awesome.
I've never been to it, so I don't know. Like everyone's like, it's like part of my childhood, everything like that. I'm like, all I know is Casa Bonita from South Park, and how it wasn't the greatest places for food, at least.
No, that's totally true.
Um,
All of those things are true. You are not telling lies.
yeah, like I had to think about. Um, there's like places that I grew up. Like if you actually, um, if you actually like went by how they were supposed to be, um, based off of like how locals actually did. Like there was a few places that were kind of like Casa Bonita, um, in the area I grew up. Because there's this one chain of restaurants called Bud's Chicken and Seafood. I can tell you right now, it had pretty much a reputation to be exactly like Casa Bonita as far as bathroom goes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Main reason is like, well, they're frying everything in the same oil, so don't expect to be like, it's not allergy friendly. Um, and then I'm trying to think of a. There was a hot dog place that definitely like, yeah, I would say not the greatest, but people flock to it on the weekend.
Sure. I mean, like, it all depends on how you look at things. I mean, for us, was Casa Bonita the best thing ever? Of course not. Of course not. It was not. It
Mm.
was pretty brutal. Um, but like for reasons that are still beyond me, the school system made us go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so we would, and it was bizarre and weird, and we all went anyway, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, oh, okay, and so it was, it was a day off school. So we were like, yeah, whoa, yay. Like, was it good? Yeah. But it was a day off school.
So like basically, if I had to equivalent that to something of my childhood, it was when our school would plan trips to this local water park,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and the water park also had a putt putt
Right.
thing. So yeah.
You got it. That's what was going on. And so that's one of the reasons why we all remember Casa Bonita so fondly. And yeah, it's absolutely stupid. It's a dumb place that you'd get food poisoning at and stuff. But it was our stupid place that you'd get food poisoning at. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to wait until June or whatever when the hype dies down, and then I'll go in. So maybe Kay and I'll go together as a team. The buddy system.
Mm. Yay, more trainings.
Coming up on the end of the show. Hopefully, I will have sent this off by then because I'm getting kind of over fussing with it.
Let me.
Really? That's where she's centered? Really? Oh, God. No. It's like, I'll cut it apart for you. Do not cut it apart. There we go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Have to double check. So that is until September. Okay, good.
The Star Wars hype. I don't mind Star Wars. I like it just fine. But deep in my heart, I will always be a Trekkie. And that will never ever change. Star Wars is fine. Star Trek is better. Even though I'm wearing a Grogu shirt. Because Grogu's cute. Doesn't really matter at this point. It's going to be lined up with this. All right. That looks good. Looks good. Looks good.
So, all right. It is 11:06, and I hear my husband's meeting starting. So if you
Yep.
hear in the
So I'm
background,
going to get going as well. We're both going to bail. So
yeah,
thank you for all being here, folks. We really appreciate it. I'll be back on again tonight to complete my work for the comic stuff before I send it off to the printer tomorrow. And so until then, of course, as always, keep your eyes on the stars, guys. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
bye bye.